Three-time Grammy Award winner Darius Rucker, along with Major League Baseball and Fanatics, a global digital sports platform and leading provider of licensed sports merchandise, have unveiled a new collection of officially licensed apparel inspired by Rucker's love of music, baseball, and fashion. The MLB Darius Rucker collection by Fanatics will feature more than 30 unique premium products representing all 30 clubs, including T-shirts, shorts, pants, outerwear such as fleece, hoodies, and jackets, and more. And we are pleased now to be joined by Darius Rucker. Darius, welcome to Intentional Talk. What can you tell us about this new gear? By the way, thank you so much for hooking it up.
Welcome.
I appreciate it. I got Diamondbacks love. I got White Sox love. So tell me more about the line.
I love it. I love sports, baseball. I'm a huge Cincinnati Reds fan. And I love baseball. And I was lucky enough to be with Fanatics and BCL for the last couple of years doing the NFL. And this year we wanted to expand into MLB. And we got it. And I just love it. I wear the stuff all the time. I got something on right now. But it's just, I'm always looking for something to represent my teams. And it's great to be a part of something like this where people will go out and buy stuff that they like, but also represent who they love.
I feel that because I am constantly donning my favorite teams and their merchandise. And fans can shop for the gear at MLBshop.com, Fanatics.com, and select Major League ballparks.
I love me some good gear. And you talked about the Reds. I got a chance, Darius, to play for the Reds 02, 03. I wish I would have put up better years for you. How did the love of the Reds start? Who made you fall in love with the Cincinnati Reds?
When I started like in sports and playing sports, 6 and 7, it was the Big Red Machine. My favorite Red is still Dave Concepcion. I love that team. I thought, winning the World Series they won and playing the way they played hard with Pete Rose and Joe Morgan and George Foster and all those guys. It was great to be Ken Griffey Sr. It was I loved baseball then and I still love it now, and that's where it all started for me.
One of my favorite parks, if not my favorite park, is Fenway Park. You had a chance to play there a couple months ago. Talk to me about that experience and what's so cool about Fenway and playing a show there.
Oh, man, getting to play Fenway Park, it's the second time I got to do it. It's amazing. Knowing all that's happened in that park in baseball, all the great games, and going back to the Fisk game, Game 5, where he, doing that thing. But Game 6. By the way, the Reds won Game 7. But anyway, it's awesome. I've got to play Fenway. I've got to play Wrigley. It's just, getting to play the places with all that history is pretty awesome.
Hey, I'm curious. There's a lot of talks out there in the world of, possibly at some point adding more baseball teams to Major League Baseball. How exciting would that be to add a team? I know where you're at, Nashville. Would that be something that you'd be interested in being a part of down the road?
Oh, I'm part of the ownership group down in Nashville that's trying to get the team to the stars. And we know baseball. We know that baseball's not expanding today, but we hope they will soon. And I think Nashville's the perfect place. I live there, and it's just you see it with the Preds, you see it with the Titans, the way they're just crazy about sports. And I think if you got baseball down there, I bet Nashville would lead the league in attendance. I just think because there's so many people down there and there's so many tourists and everything, and I really hope baseball does expand into Nashville.
All right, so you one day down the road, somewhere in the future, you become an owner. What's the one thing you're like, my team's got to have this?
Well, if it's like 3 years, it's gonna be De La Cruz. I don't go into anything without wanting to win. So I'd want to win. So I'd say my team's got to have pitching. Because when you get in the playoffs, that's what it's all about. Is the pitching, and I think, I think if I had anything to say, that's what I would say.
No doubt about it. Now, famously, your lyrics made you a Dolphins fan. So early 90s, Ryan and I, were playing for the Florida Marlins. Now, were you a Marlins fan by any chance back then?
No.
What do you think about this Marlins team this year?
I like the Marlins. I like to see what they're doing. I love when you see those teams like that, and they're getting their shot. And they're playing great baseball, and they're right in the thick of things. I love it. Like being a Reds fan this year is awesome. I'm watching every single game. When I can't watch the game, I'm always checking the score because, man, if we make the playoffs, I might go to every game. So I love to see it. that's what I love when the teams that aren't the teams with all the big bucks come up through. The kids come up through their system. They get to the majors. They do what they're supposed to do, and they have a chance. I love that. I love when that happens.
Amen.
I love that too. We have something in common. Both you and I have been on the golf course with Michael Jordan. The problem is you've been a lot closer. I mean, he was the group ahead of us, doing a cigar at the Grove 23. That's about as close I got to MJ. Now, you've played with Aaron Rodgers. You've played with a bunch of celebrities. Give me your top 4 celebrity foursome and kind of who's the cheapest that you've been gambling with on the golf course as a celebrity, because there's always a tight celebrity.
No, the funny thing is, everybody I play with likes to gamble, because I like to gamble on the golf course a lot. And so everybody I play with pretty much likes to gamble. I guess my celebrity foursome would probably be, Tiger, Sam Jackson, who I love to play with, because he just talks trash the whole time. God, the third would probably be, oh goodness, there's so many guys I want to play with. Justin Table, Justin Timberlake can really play. No, my fourth is Shea Mooney from Dan and Shay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He's fun to play with. We play a lot of golf together.
Yeah.
He talks a lot of trash too. We have a good time.
Love it.
Nice. Hey, I had a question. 1996, you guys were, really hitting stride, blowing up. I was playing for the Charleston River Dogs back in the day, back then. And you guys were like, not only you're hitting all these concerts, but you guys would have some pop-up shows every once in a while where you'd show up somewhere and play in that town. What are some of the places that you would hit up there?
Oh yeah, we played the Windjammer back then, Green Streets. What was the other place? The Music Farm was where we would park up.
Yeah.
We would just walk down there and play all the time. Those were the days, man. We were so tight back then. Those were the days.
I remember, the reason I say this, because and I'm going to cop to something right here. I got a fake ID to get me into the bar, and I went and watched you guys play.
Don't come back. You get
I was trying to plug my brain. There's still an order out there in the great state of South Carolina for me. So
there you go. It's so funny because we played so many of those clubs, and I remember we were playing in 1990. We were playing a club in Florida, and we were opening up for this band. There was maybe 50 people in this club. And we're on stage when the Reds win the World Series. That last out gets, and we're in the middle of playing Let Her Cry. I'll never forget this. We're in the middle of playing Let Her Cry, and I just stopped singing, and I ran around. The band just kept playing, and I'm running around the bar, holding up my guitar, trying to drink as many shots as I can. Because my team just won the World Series. It was awesome.
Oh, Darius, you sound like me on a Tuesday night. Now, you have a new album coming out October 6th. What can you tell us about it?
Oh, good. It's been 6 years since I've had a country record out, and so I took our time. I took a couple of years just trying to get the right songs and getting great songs. And I'm just excited to finally be getting another record out. But I'm excited that it's this record, because it's called Carolyn's Boy, which is a tribute to my mom, who's an amazing human being and raised me, and was just an awesome mentor and everything that I could ask for. So I dedicated it to her. But I hope what you always expect from my records. I just want some really great songs, and that's what I try to do.
Great songs, great Major League Baseball merchandise. We're so stoked about this new line that's coming out, and best of luck to your Reds this season, and hopefully they make a postseason push. Thanks so much for coming on, Darius.
Well, thank you. If we make the playoffs, we're winning the World Series. You heard it here.
We'll be there.
Let's go, D.
Let's do it.
I love it.